Hello everybody, my name is KingStix and today I want to talk to you about tanky Kassadin. For the most part, everyone builds Kassadin full AP. This is only really good at catching a pick on a squishy or hoping to get lucky and getting onto their back line without dying. The problem with this is if you run into a bruiser or a tank on the enemy team, they'll do a lot of your HP and you just have to run away. And when you go into a team fight, if you can't get to that squishy, you're pretty much useless. And of course, there's still the mana Kassadin. Now, I've played mana Kassadin and it's not good. I've played it 10-15 games. It's got overall less damage, HP, and burst than normal AP Kassadin, so I don't recommend going AP Kassadin. The AP scalings on Kassadin are really low. The AP scaling off of Kassadin's mana is very low. I highly recommend not going mana Kassadin. In terms of like stacking tier and bunch of Rotted Vaguses, that's an absolutely horrible idea. And people who stack a bunch of plat and diamond players on their team and put a bunch of bronzies on the other team to do this and act like it's a good idea, it's honestly pathetic, and don't fall for it. It really doesn't work. I've tried it and it just does not work as well as any other kind of build on Kassadin. To understand why tanky Kassadin works, we're going to have to look at his abilities. First off, with Kassadin's passive and Q, it helps him negate a crap load of magic damage, so if the enemy team has any magic drills on the other team, you're good to go. You're going to be taking a lot less damage. It's going to help you in lane and also in team fights. That's not the key aspect, however. The main aspect of tank Kassadin is when you're tanky, you can survive in a team fight for a long period of time and get off many of your nether blades. You can get off so many that you're not going to run out of mana, and you can keep spamming all of your abilities. Also, your nether blade can be difficult to get off several times in a team fight as full AP Kassadin or super AP Kassadin because you take too much damage, you end up having to back out, and you can't use it non-stop every time it comes off a cooldown. And with nether blade at max rank, you're going to be getting 32% of your missing mana every time you hit an enemy champion with it, which is absolutely insane. This is why you're going to have full mana the whole team fight for the most part. Tank Kassadin's E is amazing in team fights. At max ranks, it is an AoE 90% slow for a whole second on all enemies hit. This is really good on tank Kassadin since you're staying alive in the team fight. Everybody's spamming spells around you, so that means that our E is going to be on a 3-second cooldown since everyone is casting spells around us and we don't have to worry about the recharge on it. Because after 6 spells around Kassadin or cast by Kassadin, he can use it. So basically every 3 seconds you're going to have a massive AoE slow to use on the enemy team, which is still going to be doing solid damage. And finally your R, which is also a huge component of tank Kassadin. Your R costs you a lot of mana. It is AoE, which is perfect in a team fight. And it stacks. Every time you use it, it's going to do more damage within 15 seconds, up to 4 times. But also it's going to take way more mana each time, which is why it's great that we're tanky, because we can stay in the team fight for a long period of time using our W non-stop, so that way we can keep using our ult, which is AoE, and since we can keep using it non-stop while it's on 4 stacks, we're going to be doing insane amounts of damage. No one can kill us, and it's going to be great. Having full mana in a team fight with your W, since you can use it non-stop and not having to worry about dying. Having your Force Pulse always up to use in the thick of a team fight, hitting almost every champion is great as well, and having your AoE ultimate constantly being able to use it because you have full mana is also key with this tank Kassadin. Now that we understand how and why tank Kassadin works, let's go over his runes and masteries. These are the runes and masteries I highly suggest you take on AP or tank Kassadin. They work both ways. I don't suggest varying the runes at all, and I also suggest don't varying the masteries at all. Taking Deathfire's Touch works on every single one of Kassadin's abilities, and it's also going to give you a lot more poke in lane, and it's going to allow you to farm better and have more pressure because you're going to be applying more damage to them consistently. If you were to take something like Grasp, you might do slightly more damage with it late game, but you're going to lose out on so much early and mid game damage and lane pressure that's just not worth it. Tank Kassadin is primarily best against tank AD teams since armor items are just so OP, but you can still make it work against AP teams. Alright, so now for your items, I highly suggest you take these. Building tank items on Kassadin is also great. Since Kassadin isn't a super late game champion, going these tankier items is better because building tank items is so much cheaper. For example, after you've gotten your Rod of Aegis and you want to get some burst, you're going to be going for your Frozen Gauntlets, and it is 500 gold cheaper than your Lichbane, which is just crazy. Same thing with all the other items we're going to be building. They're all fairly cheap. They have massive impact in the mid and mid-late game, which is really where Kassadin shines, so you can really take over the game and force a win. Overall, guys, I hope I've convinced you to play some tank Kassadin, especially when your team doesn't have a strong tank on your team or doesn't have a tank at all. It's definitely the way to go. building AP Kassadin is still good. As long as you have 2 or more tanks on your team, going AP Kassadin is still very strong. And expect some full gameplay tank Kassadin commentaries in the future. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next video.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And